Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly trade review number 4. So in this video lesson we're going to review the massive red market we had this week and how I was able to come out positive even though it was only a small amount of 85 bucks. I'm sorry for the bad video quality. I'm currently traveling in West Germany and I don't have that much lighting and it's a bit dark outside. So I just wanted to kind of throw this out there. So let's get right into it. Overall, it was a super slow week for me. I usually don't short crypto, and in this super red market, I didn't find a lot of trading opportunities. I actually only made 6 trades all week, and almost all of them were kind of scratches besides my last one, which was a kind of nice little home run, but overall only half my order got executed, so it wasn't that much of a nice profit gain. It was a nice percentage gain, but I think I was only long about $1,000 in that position because a small portion of my order got executed. Anyway, we'll review that later. To quickly just kind of give you guys a quick little overview, I didn't make any trades almost till the half of the week till Wednesday, and it was a completely small scratch. And then I made 2 more the next day, also just scratches. And it wasn't until honestly right on the weekend I actually had some time to trade again, and I made 3 trades. 2 were good, 1 was a loss, but it was that last trade that kind of put me on a plus streak for the week. The problem was overall it was just no really good setups, so I missed my goal of 1,000 a week. I think we're going to be making that back pretty soon. Remember guys, all trades you can definitely check out here under day trades and investor trade. Also, what was crazy this week is I made no swing trades. This is the first week I didn't make any swing trades or had some investor trade. It just was not looking like the opportunities I'm looking for typically, and it's really important to, if you don't see any trades you want to make, don't force a trade. If there's no good opportunity, wait for a better day and don't get stuck in a bad position. So that's basically what this whole entire week was. Overall, top trades, I don't know, like I said earlier, I had a lot of scratches. This was actually, the trade 103 was a pretty cool one. It was a small profit, but it was also a small position. I did like this trade, however, because it was this typical really nice kind of downward trend and a little spike up, and then it held the ties for a little bit, and I bought into this, I guess you can say, I always review this in my pattern, but it's basically the waterfall chart pattern. Check it out. And on day 3 in the crypto trading lessons, and you look for kind of when there's a little reversal and you buy that bounce, or the not the bounce, but you kind of buy like a little dip. And this is exactly how this trade happened. This is a minute chart, so you can see how fast it went. I sold most of my position here, and then the second half a little bit later. It did shoot up a bit more, and I could have sold higher, but this was a very quick trade overall. The next 2 trades I really liked, and I could have done much better. This week actually could have ended very well if I traded these. If these 2 trades I followed, I guess I'm not even really sure to say my rules because I don't really talk about this, but kind of something that I always talk about on the side. And this is kind of always averaging into a position, not buying your full position right away, but basically, first if you want to buy, let's say, $5,000 worth in your first trade, buy 2,000, then another 2,000, and then maybe 1,000 if it's like a really good entry, but kind of something like that, because it kind of comes out to where your first entry is never the best one. Especially with crypto trading, where you're trying to be a maker and you're trying to avoid these big taker fees, and you're trying to like wait till the price hits you because the price has to be going down. I've always found if I split up my trades, it's always much better. Anyway, that's kind of like a personal trading style, but for me, this really would have been the case in these last 2 trades. So let's quickly review the trade 102, and you can kind of see here that this one overall, this was actually not too hot of a trade, and it actually was a negative trade, and it's only because the fees kind of ate me up a little bit, or else I would have came out with a small profit. But basically, I bought a huge position right here on the first dip, and this was way too aggressive, and I kind of got out when kind of all this choppiness happened. I just got out right away, which was actually a horrible exit because it shot up. But what you can really take away from this trade is if I did buy a small entry here, and I bought another entry here, and then maybe another entry here, I would have been way more aggressive in holding this one. By this time, I just kind of wanted to close out the trade, and I was happy to close out really, honestly, anywhere here, but there was a lot of buyers, so I kept holding. But yeah, this is just kind of an example of one of those trades that would have been really nice to average in on. And the second one is, this was This is kind of the sweet home run I was talking about earlier that I was really excited about. Again, small profit, but it's because I had a tiny position size. I'm talking about, just about $1,500 worth. Anyway, it was really, really nice. I did get a little aggressive. I bought on this really nice kind of bull flag in a way. It did break down. I did hold because there were so many buyers, and this is kind of when the order book is really important. Check out, I believe, day 3 as well, or maybe even day 2, where I always talk about the order book in the crypto trading course. But again, I could have averaged down in here, which I should have done before it shot up really, really nicely. What's funny is I had multiple buy orders, but I missed all of them, which was really depressing because this was only half of my desired entry. And I remember right down here, it just scratched, and then I was like, I had another order here, it just scratched again, and then it shot up here, and I was kind of getting fishy. I didn't really want to chase it. But I missed this really, really nice time to average in my position. So I should have been way more aggressive here. And it's kind of unfortunate that I let that slide because this could have been, $200-300 extra for the week. It was a really nice, close to 5% gainer. And I sold right at my perfect kind of planned trade. So this overall was a really, really nice trade I'm pretty happy about. But it could have been much, much better. Then again, everything in hindsight, you kind of see how it turns out. So the biggest lesson or the trade that didn't go well was one that I didn't get out quick enough. And this actually could have been a profitable trade. I bought at a pretty nice point, I thought, and it broke out like planned. But then there was just a bunch of choppiness. It didn't break out, really quickly like as I was expecting. I remember even looking at it right here and just kind of being a little disappointed, just kind of waiting for it to break out a little harder. And then I was like, nah, this is kind of weird. I should have just got out right there. I could have made. I'm not exactly sure how much I would have made. I could calculate it, but I don't want to waste this time. It would have been a nice exit. I would have not really made any money. I would have took some fees, but overall I would have saved this little drop, which could have been much worse. I did get out pretty quickly, but it really, really just fell way too fast for me to get out. I was also really not paying attention during a lot of this. I was kind of in and out between working on a few other projects. So this was kind of like a longer day trade, I would say. Not your typical, 15-20 minutes. Kind of regret not getting out here. But good lesson to learn, and I've talked about this multiple times. If something's not really going your way and it's not going as planned, and all of a sudden there's a lot of questions in the air, just get out. It's always better to get out, play safe. And if you really are trying to be hopeful, then at least get out half of your position, lock in some profits, and play it a bit safer. Next week, what I really want to focus on is checking out some more short entries. I know this whole week was just massive red days, and we really could have took advantage of them a lot harder than I do. I don't really teach a lot about shorting crypto, and I used to love shorting equities. So now that I have a margin account with Bitfinex, I'll definitely be a bit more active and aggressive on that. However, I want to kind of outline some perfect patterns first, and I'll definitely be making a video lesson on shorting opportunities in the near future, so definitely stay tuned for that. Alright guys, that's everything I wanted to review this week. I know this is an extremely short video lesson, but then again, there's only 6 trades. There's really not that much to review. An important also takeaway is don't force anything. If it's a red week and there's no trading patterns that you really like, take a week off, be relaxed. You don't always have to be trading, and that's always an important lesson. That's everything for now, guys. I'm looking forward to next week and seeing you in the chat room. Ciao, ciao.